We're Victor and Joanna. Since you've known us, we've quit our jobs and spent a summer building a floating coffee shop.
We're off.
Then we took our fleet of 2 narrowboats and a canoe and went around trying our hand at being boaters, it's freezing, bakers, action stations, baristas, and more recently, parents. Meet our baby boy William. Join us now as we find our feet as a family of 3 and begin looking forward to our next adventure. Today feels like a pretty exciting day. So Vic's gone down to Holly to work with David on some bits and bobs, like some improvements on the cafe. And he's going to be doing that for the next few weeks. Now that we've taken it out for its first season, we have some little things that we want to do on there, and also some of the woodwork. David's really good at woodwork, so he's going to be doing a lot of that. And I'm at home on zero looking after William. I'm about to bake a loaf of bread, which I haven't done since before I was pregnant. So yeah, it's just all quite exciting because we've got some big plans for this year and for the cafe boat, and it feels now like we're just starting to do them. But yeah, it's going to be a cool few months of getting stuff ready. I'm really excited. Some of the changes on Holly I'm so excited about, like I think they're going to be fitting a Webasto, so the heater in there, and that'll be great, just because before we had to run the engine for like an hour and a bit. It wasn't very efficient. It worked for what we needed it to do, but it was just like when you parked up next to boats, you don't want to be turning on your engine at like 7 in the morning so you can have hot water. Let's just play with him a little bit. It's Paddington. Got a little Paddington bear. Ooh, I think there's more on his mind than toys at the moment. But it should be really fun. I think we're both so excited for this year. And as well for just travelling with William and just... I'm sorry about the noises you could hear from William in the background. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and go play with him whilst that bread rises.
If you've been watching us for a while, you'd have seen us sort of scrambling to try and get this boat finished.
I'll show you what Holly looks like now. Lots of trim is done. Don't look at the window things because we still haven't done them. We thought we'd save them for when we're back in video business.
At some point a couple of years ago we called it and said, okay, yeah, it's finished now. And we went out and had a glorious year making coffee and cakes for everyone. But you come back here and spend a little bit of time on the boat and you start looking at the things that kind of remain unfinished. The good news is we're getting some help. I've got an expert with me.
Oh, well, where's he? Where have you been hiding an expert from me?
So this time we've called it, this is Holly 2.0.
Version 2?
Yeah.
It's all good.
This time it's personal. Yeah.
Job's a good kid. Right, on to the next.
The first job we've done might not look like that we've made much difference, but we've just widened and made uniform all of the holes for the windows, basically. So then we're going to make up a template of the window surround. Once we've done that, hopefully that template then fits all 8 of the windows, and that's the way we'll go forward with it. I thought David was just showing off.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. There is method in the madness. So obviously we've extracted that one in its entirety because we need to make a template. Here's one that we've taken out. We can use that as a very rough template.
It's reasons like that why you do what you do.
Well, I'm a wood butcher, I know. So we're going to make a rough template first, trim the cardboard up, and when we're happy with the cardboard version, we're then going to transfer that to some 3/4 ply underneath, slice that out to make one good template.
Resistance is futile. This is David's tip. You just scoring against the grain with a Stanley knife just so that you don't splinter off into the bits that you want to use. To extend our template out enough, we're using some of Dave's special super glue. Spray on one end, super glue on the other, and it's stuck completely in 10 seconds.
What's that?
And the bread is out of the oven. Woo.
The thing about having two boats is that you've got to look after both of them really, and especially obviously the one that you're not living on. And when it's been getting so cold in the night these days, tonight it's supposed to go down to -6 degrees Celsius, so I'm just lighting a little fire on Holly. I've had a little fire going on during the day. I'm just going to kind of stoke it up for overnight, which will just keeps it kind of dry, keeps like the moisture and the damp from just kind of invading too much, but and also obviously keeps pipes from freezing and things like that. Hopefully that's the plan anyway.
Vic has just popped off to work on Holly. It's really cold outside, so he's probably gone over to get the fire on there started straight away. And we've got a day. We don't really have any plans, do we? Ooh na na, what's my name? Ooh na na, what's my name? Ooh na na, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name?
Despite the cold, it's quite cold today. It's about -2, but we're going to work in the engine room, the coldest room in the boat, to try and install a webasto that heats the water so that we don't have to run the engine to do it. So that's today's mission. The engine room is by far the least finished room on the boat, and to be honest with you, it doesn't really look very nice in there. So we're going to kind of like do this work and get things sorted out, and then do a massive clear out and a big tidy up. Because at the moment it's not looking so hot. I sort of, like at the beginning of our renovation project of Holly, went to a very brief phase of just throwing stuff out that I thought that I wasn't going to use, and got burned, like you do, a couple of times by realising too late that I'd thrown away something useful. So then, for the rest of the time, went through a much longer phase of not throwing away anything. So the end result of that is that I have like really random pots and stuff just full of old rusty screws and things like that that obviously serve no purpose anymore, but that I was just too scared at the time to throw away. So I think now I can get rid of some of this junk, finally.
Release the beast. Well, there's somebody there with a dog there that's now got integrity problems.
Taking pictures of William. As if we don't have enough.
How you doing there, Billy Bob? Yeah? What are you guys up to?
We've just come for a walk, really. He was getting a little restless in there. But I don't know, maybe we'll walk down to the river. Just have a little look.
Oh, sounds quite nice.
Yeah, he was up quite a bit in the night, so I'm going to take my naps with him today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Okay, we'll have fun with the webasto
At least the sun's come out. It's kind of warming the place up a bit,
really
isn't
nice, isn't it?
it? Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. See you soon.
See you.
That's like a glove.
It's absolutely like a glove, that is.
Yeah.
Wonderbar.
What the plan now is... Whoa! Nearly just sat on a cat. We're going to move this battery isolator switch to over there so that we can get these cables out of the way, and then we'll build like a little box in here where the heater's going to sit. We're also, while we're at it, we're going to replace some of these cables, some of these battery cables, because some of them are kind of like unnecessarily long. Do you think that sounds like a plan?
That sounds like a winner.
And then the ruthless crunch. Trapped in the jaws of the unforgiving Crimptor. Crimptor within an inch of its life.
Little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Original and then replacement. Wow. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You knew it was going to happen.
Where did that go? Did that
I can see
ping
it.
right down?
Just there, look.
Oh yeah.
I suppose you've got to make it on a stick, have you?
I've got long arms. Dave's going for it.
Ah!
Oh!
Hey!
Hey! Success!
There we have it. There we go, we're in. We're in.
You reckon, William?
Yeah?
I think he approves. You popped down here for a little visit.
Yes.
Check on the boys.
Yes. Startled at what I'm finding.
Is everything to your liking?
Yeah, everything's just
Yeah,
everywhere, but it's cool.
that's the way we work.
Yeah, everything's getting done.
You
And
come-
extra.
You come down to collect?
My trusty loaf tins. It's been a while, but I'm going to get some bread in these. I'm going to make a loaf, freeze a loaf, and then we'll never run out ever.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like this is the way things have to be now. We've become organised people.
Yeah, against all odds
Yeah.
and
I
against
didn't
all
want
efforts.
to,
Yeah.
but this is who I am now. Like it or lump it. I'm going to attempt. This will be the first time. It's the first time making bread with William on me. I've got all the windows open so it's not too hot. And the first time making 2 loaves in at once. So I've only just remembered to double the yeast, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to do this because otherwise we get through so much bread. And I've been making those guys sandwiches, so we're getting through even more. Prop you up like that. Can you see what I'm doing here? It's a huge amount of dough. This is also the other ones I've been making this year have been white loaves, but this one's a wholemeal loaf. But I always like to start off, if I'm starting again making bread, with a white loaf because it's kind of confidence building. It's a lot easier. I don't know if it's to do with like how the gluten forms, but the rise is always better. And it just feels like basic, good. And when that works, I feel like then I go up to doing wholemeal again because that's a bit more like, it just doesn't rise as well, so I feel like I have to pay more attention to it. But at least I've got the confidence of a few good loaves behind me. That's how I think of it anyway. There we have it. That's not actually needed as much as I normally would, but this is a real workout, so I'm leaving it there and seeing. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. I'll leave it here by the hot auger now for probably about an hour until it doubles in size, and then I'll put it in the loaf tins for another proof.
So that's a little kind of box that I've made for the Webasto to sit in, and then it's nice and close to the side of the boat for us to drill skin fittings, they call them, basically holes that go in and out of the boat for the exhaust and for air to come in and stuff like that. So that's what we're getting with next, but it's in a good little position there. That's its little house.
Hello. Okay, the bread has risen. In that time we've had to give little William here a bath, but we're ready to divide between the loaf tins and see if this works out. Look at this mess. Things get pretty crazy in here pretty quickly these days. The dough has gone, it looks amazing. It's quite warm in here, so that's probably why. Lot of dough. So now I'm going to split that between the 2 loaf tins and bake them both at the same time. Okay, you ready? Your first loaf. It's ready. Look at all that. Ooh. Hello from a sunny Erewash. It's a very nice day today. We're going for a little bit of a walk, but we thought we'd also use this opportunity to catch you up on our latest goss.
You might remember a lot of big talk from us about new boats, but, well, basically it's made us pause because steel prices went up so much. It's going to cost like double what it was to get a new boat. So that made us stop and think for a second. And then I like to say that we decided against doing a new boat because when we did stop and think about it for a second, we thought, oh, it'd be nicer actually to not spend a year doing a boat up, but instead just get back to what we really love doing and just opening the cafe.
Yeah, travelling around and opening the cafe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the plan. We're not sure when we're going to set off yet. We're going to get a plan together of everything that we want to do on Holly and that we want to have ready for when we go. And then if the river level gods allow it, we'll bust out of here.
Yeah.
And be heading towards Oxford. We're going for a little walk now into town. He needs some nappies, so we're making a day of it. Squeal of approval.
A little giggle from William there. New nappies, hooray! I can't help it whenever I see something like that. I take it as a personal challenge.
Ooh Nana, what's your name? Ooh Nana, what's your name? What's your name? Whoa! That was a celebration of Rihanna announcing that she's pregnant.